Fins up. Only fans, but with a PH. You heard? Yo. White, orange, and teal. The fins look real, you know it's a deal. There's blood, sweat, and tears. All up in his huddle with water to cook up a meal. My coaching in two where the combo was chill. Play action to chase, got hunger to feel. The cheetah is loose, he's going for blood. The end of the race only went for the kill. Miami, the city, the county, the block. We steady and packed, tail dead in the lot. Defense was strong and hard as a rock. Holland's a lock, and next one's a spot. Getting too hot, so turn up the fan. You look to the crowd, see Jimmy and Bam. Martin, Joe, and Sosa the mans. Your fellas, roll the clip, only fans.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy So-So, and welcome back to the channel for another week of OnlyFans, a Dolphins post-game show with reaction, analysis, and a whole lot of heart. Now, before we get this party started, we ask that you hit the like button on this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and turn on the post notifications so you get notified for our next video. Now, joining me today, you know him, you love him, from the Sports with So-So podcast, Joel, the delusional Dolphin. What's up, my boy?
What's going on? So I'm feeling real good right now sitting at the top of the AFC East, baby.
Yes, sir. And of course, bringing the noise and the future Dolphin super fan, we got friend of the show, Rax. Rax, how you feeling about the game, brother?
Ooh, I'm loving it, baby. I'm loving it. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling confident. I'm ready to get to it. Back.
Now let's jump into this post-game recap here. The Dolphins beat the New York Giants 31-16 at home to improve to 4-1 on the season. Now, the score doesn't really reflect how dominant the Dolphins were in this game, but it does reflect how sloppy they played throughout the game. Even though they won the toss, they elected to kick off to the Giants, and the Giants defense, Dolphins defense came up to play, right? They got that quick 5-play series, got them off the field with a punt, and allowed the Dolphins to get started. And that first drive for Miami really kicked everything off because we saw a beautiful touchdown. We saw a couple of plays, and more importantly, we saw the running game kick off. Rax, let's start with you. What did you think of today's running game with A-Chain really busting out there?
Oh, my God, man. I was screaming Rookie of the Year all day. I was literally screaming Rookie of the Year all day. Man, I'm just so happy to have that kid. Did you hear the comments that he's been telling Tyreek Hill? Oh, he let himself get hawked? It's like, that would never happen on this side, boy. So he actually thinks he's faster than Tyreek. And watch out, he could be close, man.
Yeah. What about you, Joel? What did you think of A-Chain's running today?
I mean, I think it's A-Chan. I just want a full disclosure. I believe his correct pronunciation
are
is
we the
Devon.
one that's wrong? Yeah.
A-Chan. No, I think he came out recently and came out and tried to say, like, hey, that's how you pronounce it. But anyways, full disclosure, today will be a complete, I don't want to say this, pause sucking fest. Because, I mean, the Dolphins won. They did what they had to do. It was sloppy, but they covered the spread at home. They gave the fans a show. A couple of mistakes here and there, but the run game, man, there was no mistakes there. The O-line, there was questions going in this week. No Teron Armstead. We get Connor Williams back this week. We got some, different guys in the line this week, and they handled business at home, man. They opened up some holes. Mike McDaniel, some phenomenal, schemes for the run. It's not your traditional ground and pound right up to the middle. It's, motioning guys over and the quick handoff and this way, that way, the misdirections. Real exciting performance at home on the ground. Love it. You got to love it.
Here's where I disagree. I don't think it was exciting, right? But it was what we saw them do well, right? Case in point, the running game, like you mentioned, set up the pass. And then we saw Tua kind of make the fake here on the touchdown to Waddle, where he faked the handoff, rolled out to his left, and connected with Waddle on a nice throw. And some people might have thought like, oh, he could have ran it for the touchdown there. It's too far. You know what I mean? And you're asking a lot from a guy who's not necessarily a speedy guy in the quarterback position, but Tua was able to open the game with a touchdown to Waddle and get him into the groove of the game, right? Because we've seen him, kind of taking his time bouncing back from his concussion earlier, and now he was able to get into the game and really produce for the Dolphins today.
Yeah, and it also opened up because the run game was so good. It was so good that the defense was kind of respecting it now. And, you give your first play action and boom, Waddle there for the touchdown. So I really enjoyed watching this team. It was different. It was a breath of fresh air watching this kind of play. Like you said, it wasn't exciting, but the players made it exciting because they would bust out for big gains. So it was like, shit, it works,
Let me tell you something, though. I think the more impressive unit today was the defense. Because right after that touchdown, right, we forced a third down and got him out there to get the field goal unit, which was huge because At that point, they looked like they were getting some momentum and we're going to try to tie the game up. And we forced them to take a field goal, which they missed. We got the ball right back. But again, the first play of the sloppiness showed up today where we fumbled. And I don't know about you guys, Joel, you can kick it off here, but I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with Mostert because, yeah, he had a good day today overall, but his fumble issues is starting to catch up with him week by week.
Why are you concerned with Mostert?
Because we see Chan, right, really handling the rock like a veteran, doing well, protecting the ball every time he has big runs, and you don't see him really getting into that position. As for
wasn't
Mostert,
Chan the one that fumbled though?
Yeah, he put one on the ground today, and he got picked off by the defense.
Chan was the one that fumbled. It was not Raheem Mostert.
Well, Mostert fumbled and it went out of bounds in the beginning
correct,
of the
but
drive.
the one that we lost, that we ended up holding them to 3 points on, was the one from Chan.
That was Chan.
So, I'm not too concerned with Mostert, man. Mostert's playing that veteran role. You know, he knows what time it is. He's getting paid. He's got a year with us. It's a short-term deal. He has a chance at a championship run potentially here with this team. And, you know, he has a chance to mentor a guy that has a chance to do something real big. And that's also a nod on your resume to be the one that mentors a certain guy. And I think that he's doing that with Chan. You know, the fact that Chan put it on the ground, though, you know, that's obviously concerning in the moment. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see your rookie running back who's looking like a phenom let go of the ball and have, you know, a fumble issue. But he was able to bounce back after that, man. He was able to have some real good runs and have a real good impact on the game. I'm looking for his stats right here. So do you have him in front of you right now? I know he had 22 rushes for like 150 yards with a touchdown.
He ended up with 11 carries for 151 yards, averaging 13.7 with a touchdown and a long 78 touchdown yard run, which we're going to see right here. And
I mean, this run right here by Chan was beautiful. Yeah. It was absolute speed. You talk about speed. This was the epitome of speed right here on this play.
Absolutely. And to add 2 points to the fumble that you guys were talking about. So I understand what you're saying because I kind of said it in my head as well when that Mostert fumble happened that went out of bounds. I was like, damn, he dropped it. He got fumbled again, and it kind of went into my thought too. But Mostert was the first guy there at the end of the end zone when HA busted out for that run. He ran all the way. He wasn't even in the field. He ran all the way from the sidelines to congratulate him. It's just a role he's playing, man. He's playing that mentor. And I got to agree with Joel. I don't think there's a reason to be worried about Raheem.
I hear it. I don't think that maybe worried is the wrong choice of words, right? But as the overall picture, like I said, this is the type of game, right, that you want to play mistake-free because if you do these type of mistakes, right, against a better opponent, we might find ourselves in a position where we're going to be, you know, kind of backs against the wall. And thankfully we weren't in that possession, right? Right after the fumble, we forced them to punt the ball. And then we got the touchdown from Chan, who again is just an explosive player. Such a wonderful pickup that the Dolphins made with this kid. And he's really making the most of his opportunities. Got to love it. I do want to highlight one thing about that we didn't really emphasize here. And I want you guys to kind of see here. Look at this blocking. Look at his blocking. We got Giants players not even close. I don't think he gets touched here at all until the very end. And that's what we want to see from the O-line, right? We want to see them creating those type of holes and creating that type of space, winning those matchups in order to make the guys play, you know, up to their level. And I think Mostert and Chan were definitely playing up to their level today. Now, I do have to say that we have to talk about the bad stuff as well, right? Tua's interception that was returned for a touchdown. I told my brother today when I saw the touchdown from my seat inside the stadium, I was like, man, it really looked like Tua threw that ball too soft. Like if he knew he wasn't going to make the play and just decided to kind of float it up there. I hate when he makes those poor mental decisions. What are you guys' thoughts on the interception by Tua? Joel, why don't you get started here?
First and foremost, Kendall Lamb. That's the gentleman that had the massive block on that Chan run. So I want to give him his flowers. He's stepping up into the Teron Armstead role and huge block that sprung that. So want to give Kendall Lamb his flowers. But going back to Tua on that play, first thing I'll say about that, bro, is the play right before that, the referees missed a complete pass interference call.
Yes,
Waddle had every right to that call, man. I mean, the defender had his back completely to the play, to the quarterback, hands up in his face, like not playing the ball. It's like, that's a clear pass interference. He's not even playing the ball at that point, and he's blocking him. So that sucked. Then we try to go back to him. You can tell they were trying to feed Waddle this game. He hasn't been involved the first few weeks, and they forced that throw. Tua forced that throw in there, which resulted in the longest play so far on the year for the NFL, 102-yard interception for, I forget his name now, but I guess that's irrelevant anyways. Good for them. You know, that was something that helped them out. The concerning thing is, you know, you want to talk about concern and being worried about stuff. For me, the concerning thing is we can do that against somebody like the Giants, you know, who's not a great team right now. But later on in the season, you know, we go against Chiefs up in Germany and a game that's important in the AFC, maybe possibly later on for seeding. And we do something like that when we're driving and having a good drive, that completely changes and shifts the momentum of the game. Absolutely. So we can't have those mistakes moving forward. Tua needs to do a little bit better. He had another one later on in the game that was a concern. But I mean, overall, like what I saw from the offense.
What about you, Rax? What was your thought on that interception play right there?
I mean, I think the second one was a little bit more concerning, but the first one, he did force it. It was a tip ball, you know, tip drill, catch it in the end zone, take it back. It's unfortunate because I was watching the top 5 red zone plays on red zone.
Yeah, it was the number one.
And I'm like, number one has to be a Dolphin touchdown in my head. It has to be a Dolphin touchdown. And it shows up, and I'm like, boom, look, Dolphin. Oh shit! But that's not the play that I thought they were going to show number one.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb to see that up there, Rex.
I just didn't like. I just didn't. Again, in for how good the defense was playing, you kind of forcing things to go your way. We're up in that point in that game. It was 14-3. Like, you don't have to force that throw. At worst case scenario, we take a field goal. We go up 17-3. And look, the Dolphins bounced back right before the half. They did drive down the field in 9 plays to set up for a field goal right before the half and go up 17-10. What were you going to say, Rex?
To add to that, it's kind of like what Joel said. We could do that shit here in this bullshit-ass game because, you know, it was a nice game to watch regardless of bullshit-ass game against this team because we're up. But you do that shit against a team for the division and we're not up, it's going to rock your whole mentality. And that team's going to pound that ball down your throat because of that momentum. So I was like, we can't be smarter. He's a smart quarterback. I love this quarterback, but you got to be smarter.
And look, again, the bounce back ability from Tua, we've seen it time and time again. He comes out of the half, 3 plays, another bomb of a touchdown to
Tell me you got that highlight ready. Tell me you got that highlight ready. This is the play of the game right here, Baba. This is the play of the game right here.
You know, McDaniels didn't even call that play.
How are you not going to double cover that, man? I mean, the NFL, any team out there, any defensive coordinator that's not scheming to double team Tyreek on every single play, you're wilding. I'm telling you right now, you're wilding.
I saw that corner come across the field because I guess they switched the coordinator. I saw him come across the field, and then I saw the release. And the TV didn't show the whole release, but you saw a release. And in my head, I was like, he's open. Like, just off the first 3 steps, I was like, he's open. And next thing you know, he lets it ride. And you're like, I knew it was fucking open. And it was
made the right decision, man.
Yo, it was amazing to see him create that separation. And just like we saw with Achan's touchdown, especially when you see it live, dog, like this dude takes off and there's nobody catching him. And we see now, I think, Joel, you were the one who said it, where the Dolphins have 2 of the fastest plays in the NFL, and they both belong to Tyreek Hill and Achan, who coincidentally were track star runners at their colleges. So it's not surprising to see these guys be the fastest in the NFL and have the fastest plays. But Tyreek Hill and Tua, bro, that's just a different connection. I think it's worth to see one more time.
Absolutely.
Look at the poise here.
Please, bro.
Look at that. And then the peace sign.
And it was perfect. It was perfect in the basket, in stride. Not a single hesitating foot on that run. It was beautiful.
The throw was money. And you talk about the bounce back. You know what I mean? He throws that interception towards the end of the first half, and then they drive down. We get the points. Regroup in halftime. Come back out strong. 3 plays, touchdown, bang bang. Let's go. You gotta love the resilient attitude that these guys had. That are like, you know what? Let's reset. You know what I mean? Everything's 0-0. Let's go back out there. Let's win this half. And they did that, bro. They won that second half of this game.
Let's not mention, my bad, Rex, but let's not forget to mention McDaniels' role in all of this, right? Like, sometimes people can question the play calling, and we had questioned the play calling for the past 2 weeks. I think he called a really good game because he mixed it up. We didn't see Tua drop back every single drive for 2 straight drives. We didn't see a run play that was just dumb running into the blitz or anything like that. We saw these guys really mix it up. and finding different ways to attack this Giants defense.
Well, I'll go for it, Rex.
And the chemistry of the team, like it's just something that play that Tyreek Hill bomb. From what I heard Tua say, supposedly that wasn't even the play that McDaniels called. He says that he didn't hear him right, so according to him, he didn't hear him correctly. So he just ran that play, and there it is, wide the fuck open. So it's a beautiful thing to watch, man. The team has when the team can do that. It's like I know you call the play, but I think this is gonna work better, and they can just change it up in the huddle, and it works out. That's a championship team, Papu. Like that's something to be excited about.
The bounce back, baby. The bounce back. But no, what I wanted to add, to you talk about McDaniels and what he was able to do and how he is able to impact the game just from the sidelines coaching, right? And one of the most beautiful things, shout out to Martin, who couldn't be here today on this episode.
But my dog.
We know he was grinning ear to ear at the end of that third quarter, that last drive that resulted in a touchdown, because I don't have the stat line in front of me, but if I had to guess, we probably went like 7 for 7 on the ground with like 70 yards and a touchdown to cap it off. I don't know. I'm just
short pass.
I'm making that completely up off the top of my head, but that's what it felt like. The beautiful thing was that it was a 1-2 punch. It was Raheem. It was Achane. It was Raheem. It was Achane. And we just ground and pounded it all the way down there and just scored, capitalized. And it's like, we didn't need to throw the ball once. We got all that speed on the outside, and yet we didn't need to throw the ball to secure a touchdown there when we needed it.
We have become a power running team because you said it. Yeah, it was 7 of 8. It was an 8-play drive, 75 yards. It took 4 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock, which is beautiful, close. Right? Close enough. Nice. And it was started with an Achane run, and then the short pass from Tua to again Achane, right, who was right there. And then after that, it was Mostert, Achane, Mostert. And Mostert was the one who got the touchdown. He got it in a boss way, dog. Plowing over the defender.
Push to that. Get off me, dog.
How about running back one more time? He ran that boy over, dog.
Ran his ass over, dog.
Truck sticked him.
Boom!
Get off me, son.
Get off me, son. And he's deep into the end zone. He's like, get off me, cuz you know you don't want this smoke. And again, it's just I like to see us become a power running team because it just benefits the rest of the offense so well. Because once we start running the ball, teams have a hard time deciding, all right, are we going to put 8 in the box? Are we going to blitz? Are we sending the safety? Are we leaving those guys over the top? And we saw Waddle take advantage of it today. We saw Tyreek Hill. Cedric Wilson got a lot of play today, right? Where he was able to make some catches and turn upfield. I just think that we're posing so many issues for opposing defenses. It's really hard to guard us right now, man.
Bro, you can't guard. They can't guard us, dog. You put 8 in the box. We got them on the outside. You give me some coverage, some deep coverage. Now we got these running backs busting holes. I'm feeling confident, man. Let's go, bro. Bring it on, man.
We got a lot of offensive talk, and we've talked about the good and the bad and the ugly. But for real, man, we gotta switch it up and talk about this defense, bro. This defense did their job, and they needed to. Against this team, they don't got Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, a lot of question marks. What he's been able to do or hasn't been able to do for that matter this year. The defense or lack thereof, for the Giants, we needed to really, win handily here. We did that, and I got to give a lot of that credit to the defense, man. We had guys finally step up this week. I saw a lot of that defensive line step up. I saw a lot of Brad Chubb. I saw a lot of Christian Wilkins. I saw a lot of Zach Sealer. I saw Van Ginkel out there making a big impact all over the play.
I'm glad you brought my dog up. I'm glad
we had a great performance defensively, boys. We got to talk about this.
How can anybody say right now that he is not the best defensive player on this team at the moment?
Bro,
there's no way that you can make an argument for anybody else because the impact and the stats show clearly that Van Ginkel is playing at an elite level right now for this defense. The man had what? Let's see.
I don't know what he had, but you could feel his presence. Like,
3 sacks. He had 3 tackles, all solo tackles, had 1 sack and 1 tackle for a loss. And he also deflected a pass and had a QB hit.
He's a presence, bro.
Where else do you want this guy to play? And I want somebody to make the argument against Van Ginkel not being the best player, dog, because I can't see it.
I mean, that you talk about impacting the game, and even though it resulted in a bad result for the Giants and for Daniel Jones, but Van Ginkel took Daniel Jones out of the game on that sack.
Yes, sir.
After that, we saw Tyrod Taylor come into the game. I didn't even know Tyrod was still in the league. I thought he was playing in the XFL, honestly. I'd be lying to you if I said he was playing in the league still, dog.
It was weird when I
that
saw
guy's
him
in the
get in
NFL is a
there.
miracle.
I had no clue he was in the NFL, dog. I mean, Van Ginkel was bro. Listen, it's kind of like bothersome because he's playing so damn good. You're like, do you even fucking want Jalen Phillips to come back in the lineup? But of
No,
course
yes,
Rax.
The answer is
of course
yes.
Don't be absurd, Rax.
No. The answer is of course you do.
Even though I have to say, Martin would be like, maybe you don't right now.
You
know,
gotta figure
that's
out
not what
where
he
to
would
put Van Ginkel. You gotta figure it out while Jalen Phillips is in the lineup because
correct.
Those two together have to be on the field, dog. Like you can't leave that blonde guy on the sideline, bro. Don't do that to me. Like I need him out there.
He's deserved his playing time, and he stepped up and made critical plays for this defense. And you're right, Joel. We have to shout out the entire defense because they played well as a whole. A guy we haven't given a lot of flowers to on this show yet is David Long. This is the dude that we picked up from the Tanks, right? Who had a really good day as far as tackles, had 9 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, tackle for a loss, was pretty much everywhere in that middle of the linebacker position. And we got that solidarity from them. Jerome Baker, 1.5 sacks today, 4 tackles today, 8 tackles total, 4 solo tackles. Like, we had a really good defensive effort today. We had 53 solo tackles as a team. That means that when people were put on an island, they were making the plays that they needed to make. What do you think, Joel?
Oh, let's just say this. We only allowed 10 points. Yeah, we only allowed 10 points. You know, it was 16 points in the end. One of them was on the offense, too, and that pick 6 that he threw. Right. So, you know, you talk about holding this team. Granted, they're not a great team, you know, so it's like maybe we would have wished for the shutout, you know, if you really want to be a hardo. But I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the bounce back, you know, this week. And everything changes so fast week to week. I mean, look at last week. You know, we don't like what resulted, you know, up in Buffalo around their fans and all that. You know, they handed us an L. They just really like force-fed it to us. And now this week, the Jags force-fed them an L over in London, you know. So now we're sitting at the top of the AFC, and we won a game that we needed to. You know, we knew we were going to win. You know, it didn't matter if we won it by 1 point or by 15 points. I'm glad we won it by more than what the spread was. But, you know, this is something that the Dolphins needed moving forward. We got a tough schedule coming up, and we need these kinds of tune-up fights to get us really groovy.
Yeah, for sure. Rax, what were your thoughts on the 7 sacks that the defense got today?
I mean, the 7 sacks were just – I mean, again, we talk about the New York Giants, and you're like, well, the league is putting a beating on them. We should put a beating on them. And it's expected. So I'm very happy for the amount of sacks that we got. Unfortunately, you know, Daniel Jones, but he'll be all right. Our DBs, man. I mean, X was out there with a great stop that could have been, you know, almost a touchdown play. Had an amazing stop. Eli Apple with those 2 tackles. One of them was on Daniel Jones. I think he almost destroyed him.
He led the team today in tackles.
Yeah, like, you know, Eli Apple stepping up, making plays. I don't know if he's, quarterback number 2, because I saw Kogu in the nickel, but I didn't see him playing like he was playing Stephon Diggs last week. So I'm not sure if Eli Apple got up on the roster or not. But hey, shout out to him, man. You know, it is what it is.
I just think they're making the most of the opportunities, and they're playing well as a unit, right? Like this defense, we know that maybe they're not star-studded as far beyond, right? Howard and Ramsey. Maybe we don't have too many stars that are national stars, right? Yeah. But this defense is really coming together, and they're finding their roles, and everybody is excelling at them, right? Which allows the next man to really come through and make a play or make some type of presence felt. And today was a good victory. It was not necessarily an easy victory, but we didn't have a hard time getting the win. We really shot ourselves in the foot once or twice, and that's the only way that the Giants were able to achieve some type of momentum in the game. Other than that, it was all Dolphins as we take away the victory 31-16. Looking forward a little bit, guys. We got a game against a winless Carolina Panthers team who's coming to the crib. Are we looking to have the same exact results where we're pushing pretty much a shutout on defense and we're putting up over 30 points on offense, regardless of whatever Carolina tries to do?
I'm expecting more.
Yeah, you put up 50, my dude. Like my bar is at like 40 points. Like we're not. If you take the brakes off right now, you've got Philly the week after that. It's gonna stomp your ass. All right, and then you got to come back home against play New England, whatever. But you need to blow out Carolina to keep that momentum going, bro.
Joel, disagree or agree?
I completely agree. Carolina's winless. You know, I saw parts of their game today. it wasn't pretty. You know, they still got a lot that they got to figure out. They got some pieces. You know, Bryce Young has some flashes. They got Adam Thielen still producing for them.
Right.
But defensively, it's bad for them. So our offense should have a field day. You know, we need you know, what I'm expecting for that game is Tua to be mistake free, no interceptions.
Right.
We cannot have any interceptions against this unit. McDaniels, you know, exploit the run a lot more, man. You know, you're doing a great job when you do use the run. You know, keep doing what you're doing with it. And let's do what we did today times 2. You know, I wouldn't mind a 50 burger on these boys.
Absolutely. I agree. I think that we can go out there and dominate them, right? And really put ourselves in a position where we kind of take it easy, allow our offensive line and running game continue to gain momentum, continue to build, right, that chemistry and get the ball rolling and just try to dominate time of possession. I saw that the Dolphins dominated that today, and I was like, that's what we need to do. You know, we need to keep the offense out there. And when we need a big, quick touchdown, let's go get it. If not, you know, let's just hold back. Quick score prediction. Rax, you first.
Me? Shit. Bro, give me 50-13, dog.
Oh, I like it. That's pretty high, but I like it. Joel, what about you?
50-9.
Wow, you guys are crazy, dog. I'm gonna say 35-6, something like that, right? We don't need that many touchdowns. We just need to go out there.
Honestly, if I could redo mine, I'll say like 42-13.
Yeah. Well,
Something like
that was
that.
gonna be my initial thought, but then I said, "Fuck it, give him a fucking 8 more." Give him.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be real nice.
For the
I can
crowd,
see us doing it.
Then we get our send off up north, and that'll be nice.
No reason why we can't do it. No reason why we can't do it, boys.
Absolutely. Listen, we're 4-1 right now, fellas. We're definitely in a strong position. We're in a position where we're leading our division. We have a lot of games where we can be victorious from. We just got to keep playing like we did today. Last stop in the league. Yes or no? We have a running back 1 and 2, or is it 1A and now 1B?
You got to share that backfield. Yeah, you got
1A, 1B, right? I think it's 1A, 1B.
I think I've seen enough from the Rook that you got to keep feeding them. You got to keep feeding him.
Got to keep giving it to him.
You got to keep feeding him. He has to be starting the game and let Mostert be that change of pace. And it doesn't hurt to have Raheem Mostert be your change of pace back, boys.
No, I hear you. Absolutely. Well, fellas,
so I was fucking excited.
It's been a great game, man. We got another victory. Fins up. We got another one to go next week. We're already 5 weeks down here on OnlyFans. That's crazy.
Gotta love you. Yo, subscribe, baby.
When we make the playoffs, we're going to keep bringing you this heat, man. Joel, Rax, thank you so much for joining us today, man. And you guys know what to do next. You got to hit that like button on this video. Make sure to drop a comment. Let us know what you think about if our backfield is 1A, 1B, or is it 1 and 2 with Mostert and Nate Chan. It's your boy So. Until next time, peace.